supporters on Merseyside today. Liverpool made few concessions to Europe. Michael Owen plays, although Nicola Anelka is his running mate today. Gary McAllister deputises for the injured Steven Gerrard. A recall too for Stephen Wright, one of only 2 Scousers in the match. Everton have opted for a mix-it midfield, leaving out the likes of Gascoigne and Blomqvist and Radzinski. David Schindler again provides the main support for Kevin Campbell up front. Scott Gemmill is recalled, along with Alessandro Pistone, who's been out of action for 10 weeks. Liverpool and Everton supporters often come from the same households, but very different priorities for them at different ends of the table. The feeling locally is that the 2 clubs have rarely been so far apart in the modern era. He has said he'd much rather be playing than watching, no different from any other manager in that respect, but particularly today, seeped in the occasion since he was old enough to know the difference between red and blue. With some close encounters in these opening exchanges, you can be sure of that. McAllister. On show. Murphy. McAllister denied by Lindelof's challenge. Clearance by Stubbs, who's the other born and bred Scouser in the match. Schindler is used to that vocal accompaniment. Gemmill. Peter Clark. Big occasion for the 20-year-old right back. Foul by the Everton skipper, Kevin Campbell. From Murphy, Owen and Risa. Goes it alone and finds the side netting. The early ball releasing the pace of Nicola Anelka, his strongest suit. Simonson had the near post covered. Everton have successfully quietened the game in the opening stages, and a lot of the early fervour around the stadium too. Gemmill to Campbell. Taken in his stride by Carsley, and he got a shot away too, and Chris Curtin had to get everything behind it. It's only Lee Carsley's 2nd game for Everton since his £2 million move from Coventry City. Radzinski amongst the Everton substitutes. Risa towards Anelka. He's lifted it over Stubbs. Here goes Nicola Anelka. He's won the race with Simonson too. He couldn't jab it goalwards, and nobody could quite catch up with Nicola Anelka, not even Michael Owen. And he just pushed the door ajar there for a second. Committed the Everton goalkeeper. Campbell only to Xavier. Would have been a good pass 3 weeks ago. Stephen Wright. Risa. Liverpool trying to be patient. No foul. David Elleray could hardly have been closer. Naismith. Ginola. Offered an overlap from Pistone, instead finds Naismith, and it needed the intervention of Stefan Onsho to deny Everton, who had 3 men waiting for a cross from Gary Naismith. And they can stay there now for the corner kick. It's well worked. Pistone's overlapping run, a good decoy, just stretched the Liverpool defence, and was all that Schindler required. Stubbs and Weir are forward. Ginola takes in towards Stubbs. Goal kick. He's a lifelong Everton supporter, Alan Stubbs. It's taken a fair bit of his football life for him to find his way to his spiritual home. Graham Sharp, great Everton striker of the past, amongst those watching on. John Aldridge, a great Liverpool striker of the past, just in front of him. Not much service for their modern counterparts. On by Lindelof. Ginola to Gemmell. Pistone. It's more purposeful, this, from Everton. Schiller on towards Nathaniel. He couldn't quite gather it in his stride. Oh, much ado about nothing. Merseyside passions doused by a disappointing first half. They've come to expect better down the years. We're all hoping for better in the second half. It's Liverpool 0, Everton 0.
For you in just a moment.
Liverpool have been finding it difficult to score at home. Everton have been finding it difficult to score anywhere. I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised, but it's a game that's crying out to be won, crying out for something. And Everton have introduced Thomas Radzinski, their Canadian international forward, and Thomas Gravesen, their Danish international midfield player, at half-time. Xavier to Murphy. And now to Harman, who has some shooting space. Instead it's Risa. Deflected behind by Clark. The signal for Sami Hyypiä to come forward from the back. Xavier is already waiting. Signal too for the volume to be turned up at the top end of Anfield. Liverpool now are attacking. McAllister. Simpson palmed away under no particular pressure. Harman's cross, and the slice clearance by Stubbs means it will be another Liverpool corner kick. Towards Murphy, turned away by Pistone, hit by Harman, deflected. Deflected against an Everton head and turned away by Stubbs. I think it was Gemmell who got in the way. Radzinski in pursuit. Second half already brighter. Gemmell. There's a bit of central role now, Scott Gemmell. Pistone. Good exchange with Naismith. Alessandro Pistone. Pulled back to Radzinski! The game has got the goal that it needed, and the goal has come from Thomas Radzinski within 6 minutes of his arrival in it. He's the first Everton forward to score in the Premiership since the turn of the year, and he's done it within moments of his reappearance from injury. Just tried to steer the ball after that clever exchange on the left-hand side. I'm not sure he caught it quite as he intended, and Everton lead at Anfield. Liverpool wasting no time in responding to the shock of Radzinski's goal. Emil Heskey will replace not a forward, but a fullback. Stephen Wright gives way. Oncho smuggled it away despite the attentions of Campbell. Heskey into the path of Risa. Like to run a long way with the ball there, Jon Arne Risa, and step away from Clark and feed Heskey. Played into Owen! It's his first real sniff of goal. He dropped slightly behind Michael Owen on his less favoured left side. He had to take it sharply. Oncho down towards Xavier. Hyypiä. Now Risa. And Elka pulling wide. In towards Owen, plenty of space for Michael Owen. Trying to set up McAllister. Good defending though by Scott Gemmell. Owen must have been tempted to pull the trigger, but the angle was against him. McAllister was arriving in a good position. Goal kick. Look at the space that Michael Owen had. Certainly Anelka looked and found him. And the touch was a good one there. The angle wasn't good. Recovering from Gemmell. Excellent against his fellow countryman. Anelka just angled into the path of Heskey this time. McAllister. Now Risa. Encouraging Xavier to join in. Murphy's there. Now Xavier. Harman. Up towards Heskey. Owen! And he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew the exact square in the netting that he wanted to place the ball. But he just guided that ball with his forehead over and beyond the angle. Owen. Heskey let it run. Murphy into Anelka! Anelka's first Premiership goal for Liverpool. He is celebrated as gleefully as any the club have scored this season. An equaliser against the Old Firm, and beautifully worked. Anelka pouncing close in after Owen and Murphy had combined with a little bit of help from Heskey's step over. And Anelka beats Simonsen to the ball and tucks it away. And Liverpool, as they did in winning at Goodison Park earlier in the season, have come from behind. Which way will this one tip now? Here's Heskey, and that's clever. And this is Owen. Just couldn't turn away from Peter Clark, who stood his ground well. Here's a corner kick, though. Liverpool on the up. Xavier and Herpier are in there. Harman takes. Campbell climbing higher than Murphy. He had a head start, quite literally. Spitzer, Xavier let it run. Campbell cleared. It's pretty incessant now from Liverpool. Headed away by Pistone. Radzinski, that hasn't got the job done at all. Harman! It's a smart save by Steve Simonsen. Pot shot from Dietmar Harman. After a very wayward header from Thomas Radzinski. Owen. Gemmell can't catch him. It's Michael Owen. Deflected behind by Pistone. Just change gear there, Michael Owen. One of the ironies of this occasion, how many of Liverpool's superstars down the years grew up as Everton supporters. Michael Owen's dad, Terry, actually played for Everton. Risa will take the corner. Towards the head, Danny Murphy. Well, what a good header it was, enforcing a fine save from Steve Simonsen. Play their way out of trouble well here, Naismith. Now things have opened up on the left-hand side with Pistone. Gemmell trying to get on the outside of him. Instead it's Thomas Radzinski! And he forced a very, very good save from Chris Kirkland. Well struck, an element of surprise on the turn. Weir's header, only as far as Risa. Well, everybody on Merseyside can go out for a drink tonight without too much dispute, although a point of peace is not really enough to further the cause of either club. It will settle a few arguments tonight. Everton led for 20 minutes in the second half through Thomas Radzinski. Nicola Anelka scored the equaliser. Final score at Anfield is Liverpool 1, Everton 1.